Now over a year ago, I purchased this one owner 1996 Honda Civic EX 5-speed sedan. I have a lot of videos on this car already on my channel, but since it's been over 1 year with the car, I decided to make another video. We're going to go over some things that I've done, future plans for the car, and just go over the Civic in general. Now, like I said, this car is a one owner. I purchased it from the original owner, who actually got it from the local Honda dealership and has kept it in the area ever since. And over the year, it's been totally reliable, as a Civic should be. I've done a lot of maintenance to it to keep up with it. A lot of you know about the hailstorm we had a year ago, and it's pretty obvious. You can see just by looking at the car what it has done to it. So my car is finished in Vogue Silver Metallic. It's a 4-door. These Civics were new for 96, being the new model year, which ran all the way up until 2000 with a refresh being in 98. Now, as you can see here, I do have the Civic SI wheels on my car that are in desperate need of a refinishing job. As I've gone over in previous videos, I have a little bit of rust forming on my car, which I plan to address at some point in the future as well. I do still have the original steel wheels and hubcaps that came with my car. And back when I got this car, I did paint correction on it, and the paint did turn out really good. I kind of just did it to get some practice with it, even though the car was far from perfect even when I got it. But it did turn out a lot better. The paint was really hazy. But here we are over 1 year later, approaching 180,000 miles, and it still runs perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. It's as reliable as a Civic should be. I did take this on a 4-hour road trip last summer, down to Maryland. I'm in Pennsylvania, obviously, as you can see there. I also did that license plate as a joke, since I'll be registering this car as an antique next year, as it will be 25 years old, which is the legal requirement for Pennsylvania's antique registration. So other than the SI wheels, I haven't really done much to this car. It's pretty much stock. I went ahead and did a lot of maintenance on it when I first got it, even though it was pretty well taken care of to begin with by the previous owner. Here I stuck the OK Honda sticker. A lot of Honda heads will recognize this from cars from the 80s. I thought it was kind of fitting, so I stuck that there. It's a reproduction sticker. Checking out the interior, it's 100% original. Like I said, it's the 5-speed EX trim. And everything on this car still works despite its age. So with the EX trim, you got power locks, windows, mirrors, cruise control, a sunroof, all the nice electronics you would have wanted back then. The only thing I'm missing is the OEM radio. If I really wanted to, I could source one, but it's not a big deal. The only thing I'm missing with that is a clock. Otherwise, the interior is in pretty good shape. I just go to the junkyard if I ever need to try to find anything. But really, the only thing I need is a new driver's floor mat. It's the most worn out, obviously, being the driver's mat. All the other ones are in good shape. And now taking a look at the back, there's not much to see here other than the condition it's in here. Try to keep this car as clean as I possibly can, since parts are becoming harder and harder to find. Here's a little pan over of the cockpit. Very simple layout, easy to reach buttons, everything you could have wanted. And my car did come with the accessory CD player at the time, which you'll see located right there in front of the shifter. So pardon the slightly messy engine bay, but here is the 1.6 liter 4-cylinder, or D16Y8, as known internally by Honda. When I got this car, I went ahead and did every fluid on it: timing belt, water pump, clutch, distributor seal, new spark plugs. The wires were done recently by the previous owner. Air filter was good. I did have to put a new radiator in it just because the top was cracked, and unfortunately the OEM one is discontinued, so that's an aftermarket one. Did both hoses, thermostats, all the fluids, like I said, clutch, pressure plate, flywheel. So mechanically this car is sound and will continue to run forever, since that's what these Civics do. 180,000 miles is not much for this car whatsoever. Another item I wanted to make mention of is I have a whole binder filled with previous service records from the original owner, as well as myself. And as you can see, the list just goes on and on and on. And not to give away any information, but that's how thick of a binder I have filled with paperwork that came with the car, dating back all the way up until like 96, 97. And then I want to give a shout out to Tyson Hugie. If you guys watch his videos, he pointed me in the right direction. I had a reproduction window sticker made for the car. As you can see, it has all the information that's correct, including the price, fuel economy, color code, VIN, etc. So, thank you, Tyson, if you're watching this. I appreciate it. Came out fantastic and I'm very happy with it. And then another thing I have is the original sales brochure from '96 for the sedan and coupe. And there's my car. Like I said, I have those steel wheels and hubcaps at home, but that's what my car would look like with them on.